as much as you did in the past. Now, Outlaw Rogue, this is first one where I'm going to have to put on no data. The only Outlaw Rogue that I've seen, it was someone that challenged me to a duel, and then my Q popped in the middle of the duel. It didn't feel like their damage was terribly.
But the rating, yeah, the rating isn't there. Did I really just get high mountain reshield? Oh! What the fuck just happened to me? Gotta get
This is just going to be like the all-star spec. So for me, I kind of want to put Subtlety Rogue pretty high.
above a
Although it
sass.
seems kind of gimmicky. You've got to like time around this one hit one.
Maybe like save them for when you're in trouble a little bit. You're probably doing top damage, like, you know? And you have the most CC for the healer. Step kick, blind, gouge. Dude, what? Oh, he had the eye. Fuck me, man.
In beta. Now, there are big changes happening pretty much every week. If you want to make sure you're not missing any of those, then smash the subscribe button. Your support is greatly appreciated. The purpose of this video is to kind of evaluate where the specialization.
I have 20% damage reduction from my versatility and 41% on a leather rogue. 41% physical damage reduction. Which before
Health pool depending on what spec you are. Frosty K feels really good. This is probably like one of the best times to be a Frosty K, especially with Reaper
might be time to
Smart.
pull
But I
out the
kind of
DK.
expect Reaper Smart to get tuned and nerfed a bit.
All off meta warrior suit. I got it on a troll warrior before. In BFA. On my other account. Oh, maybe.
Counterbalance for that, but it's just not fun to never move literally the entire game as MLA, and I think that that would
True.
be worth putting some time into so that classes don't feel so polarized in that regard.
I'm gonna level my other character while I'm in queue.
Than not, you're just going to continue to get damage buffs, which could put Rogue in just the best spot in the house basically for the next expansion week to week. But for right now on this week, I have no data to really that came through, but I just haven't seen it to be able to tell you like 100%. Now its defense is still really good. Defense between Outlaw and Subtlety still maxed out. You still have that going for you, and I would think that more like.
Okay, well, that's annoying. Like, you're just doing top damage, right? Like if you're fighting like an arms warrior DK, like sure you'll probably take a lot of 60% of his healing on himself. That doesn't seem normal or good at all. What? Is it bugged there, not 10 people?
Same trap that a lot of the other melee DPS like Demon Hunter and Warriors fall into against mages and hunters. They can still get damage out against those classes, unlike these ones that will just get strung along, which is a huge advantage. But bring abilities like Kidney Shot to make themselves feel really competitively viable in these scenarios. So for me, I think Havoc is kind of like mid. You're probably going to struggle with rogues, and I just don't see a lot of rogues. That's why we've actually got like the no data here for some specializations, because just nobody is testing them. I haven't seen them on streams or queued into them myself. But Feral just feels like it's like in a.
I guarantee this guy is just gonna run up and Hodge instead of letting me kidney. Better get there before he does it.
I think it's really good. Ideally, I think you want your spec to be on A tier. That's you're in a spot where there's just nothing ridiculous about it. It's just solid all around, or it has some counter matchup situations. Frost.
Damn, looks like this 1400 Demon Hunter is my biggest fan. A Sass Rogue does all physical damage too. Well, not all physical. You have some like nature damage or whatever, but I'm pretty sure bleeds aren't affected by armor. It's only like actual physical hit. Yep, 6 entire years, bro. That would have been a life sentence. That would have been 6 consecutive life sentences. Dude, the blind, you trash can! Holy fuck.
First 2 months, it felt like they got the game really nailed down. Almost every spec felt really viable. I was having fun on like anything that I touched. And then we had the ret rework and the augmentation introduction, and that felt like they just did two.
A male troll warrior. What am I doing? The fuck is that?
Arms Warrior might even be better than Feral. It's a pretty tough race here for these ones. Havoc Demon Hunter. It's not doing like spectacular, but it's not doing terribly. You're still like this.
Game's over.
And it's easier to play and easier to get things off. Specifically in cleave matchups.
I don't care, bro. You know what? Fury Warrior was better Dragonflight Season 4. Didn't touch it. mean, that's the whole point of it, is leveling alts. If you're doing this for like transmog or something, you're just weird. Unforge. Unforge. Ooh, my Mistweaver has a 70% win rate. It's pretty good. Okay, we get Shrine. Farms up in 8 seconds. I'm across the map. Maybe I can get to Quarry and cap it. I'm not gonna get the first cap, but maybe I can like... Noob, noob, noob. Garrote. You can literally run over, dot the healer, and run away and just do even more damage. You're just sitting here watching TV. I don't know, if my queues start getting really long, maybe I'll queue my alt warrior or like my other account. Oh, they have 2 arms warriors. I'm just dead. No. Fuck my life. Alright, back to the Super Teas tier list. Like on a deep wind, for example, if your team's holding down farm and stables, or sorry, farm and shrine, the other team's holding down quarry and ruins. Hmm. He doesn't know I'm here.
Kind of, you're either hard counter.
Is Blitz MMR weird right now? It's always weird. You can win and go down MMR by like 500, and you can also lose and go up 500. Oh my god. Might just be time to retire. Random NPCs.
Best of the S tier moving down, best of the A tier moving down, best of the B tier moving down type of situation, and then we got no data on Outlaw Rogue for this period of time. But you can see the specs are performing good.
Is he EU? I mean, I don't think so. I think it's How? Dildo crates? Dildo crates. How, bro? I'm gonna.
Swiss Army knives class with all the different CCDRs, tons of mobility, even more mobility than last expansion. And Metamorphosis still makes you really tanky.
R Druid for Blitz. Aren't you a DK player? Why wouldn't you just play DK?
Maybe I would have put it closer to S tier or something. But right now, it seems like it's you're going to be able to make it work. Subtlety Rogue, I was surprised. I've queued into Calvish. I saw Calvish play games against.
Is nobody doing the event right now? Like, okay. Because your team wiped the other team in mid and nothing else really affected the game.
Root in Ice Nova, it doesn't DR with anything else, and they can seemingly get to that max stack with like almost within the duration of the root. I was playing yesterday, and I'd get like Ice Nova proc root into an Ice Nova.
Okay, just die. Dude, my team is just getting permanently 3-capped everywhere. Like, Kingsbane.
Feral Druid is surprisingly good at the moment, although I would say it's a little bit more complicated to play than a lot of other melee DPS. Combo point management, spammable crowd control.
I thought re-stealthing there would have broken his, like, cast, gnome racial. And they removed it. So, yeah. Kind of sucks.
But it's definitely
Sucks for
better
Fury Warriors.
than
Easy win. Like the only thing he could have done there. You don't know if you want to play HPAL or... How long is Blitz flag cap? 4 seconds.
and then Survival Hunter. We got to get back onto this. Where are we going to put this? Survival Hunter, Survival Hunter. I honestly kind of want to put it that are kind of frustrating, although you have tools to navigate around it with Stagfield Totem, Grounding Totem, disrupting casters from ranged as opposed to Arms Warrior, so it's actually not as polarizing, but you're kind of a spec that relies on having a Mortal Strike. By the ranged. That's like the big question is with whether how well can a melee DPS deal with ranged, because ranged are just the best at the moment. They've really got to they got to tone down the Ice Nova proc route from Frostfire Mage in PvP and some of the nerfs that they made to bear form. Feral Druid again, much like Rogue, it's gonna be able to stealth to bases, cap them with Cyclone, so I think it'll be really good in those maps. I'm not sure how good of a flag carrier
Or like stopped his cast, but no, I was wrong.
solid spot. I don't think anything about it is like standing out as being super OP or super underpowered or underwhelming. It's honestly just really well designed. Considering at this stage of beta, we still have a few more weeks of tuning. With how hard it's hitting with Exterminate and Reaper's Mark together. But we'll have to wait and see, obviously. Fury Warrior, really powerful, similar to Arms Warrior.
Ooh.
I honestly think it's stronger than Arms Warrior.
Oh no.
I think limited mobility. It's easily crowd controlled. It doesn't really have any stealth mechanics. Sharpened Blade is probably like the big selling point for it in terms of reducing healing. So if it can impact a team fight there.
R1 on Big Bubba again. No, gotta get it on all different warriors. Hmm. Oh, they got Dane. I'll be right back, 1 sec. Hmm.
Similar issue to the same problems that Warrior has, where
Otherwise, Arms Warrior would not be an A tier. We all know that. He would have to make an entirely new. He would have to
you
add.
got a nerfed talent on charging out of roots, and you don't have any rage to get out of roots. You've got Blade Storm, which is nice,
It's called Blood
but most
Rage.
classes have something that can counter it. They can line it up with Feigned Death damage reduction. They can line it up with Alter Time. Assassination Rogue, on the other hand, is really good. You do phenomenal damage, similar to the end of Dragonflight in terms of overall damage. I'd say weaknesses are kind of defense. You do get 2 charges of Vanish now, but almost always doesn't have a cooldown. It's spammable. I don't think it should exceed 50% movement speed reduction. I think any snares that are 70% and up need to have some sort of cooldown, so you're thinking cost.
But mostly
So
arena.
I'm going to put it onto S tier for now. Maybe we'll put it the lowest on S tier. I'm going to leave it here. Yeah, I think it's weaker than Frost, but I feel like Unholy is starting to fall off a bit.
The objectives are at a stalemate. Like no one's losing their bases, and no one's like your team isn't getting any bases, and they're not losing any bases. It's just